What's going on, Aquarius? This is going to be your Mars retrograde reading for November 2022. Mars basically started going retrograde. It had a brief shadow period back in October, but it started going retrograde in November and will continue to be retrograde until January. So here's what you can expect. And in honor of Mars retrograde, I got a red candle for this particular reading anyway. Should have thought about it sooner, but I kind of forgot. So it is going to be retrograding in Gemini in your 5th house of creativity. This is also the house of children and can also deal with like one-night stands or just, relationships that necessarily don't last that long. It can just be like fun. So with Mars retrograding in Gemini, which Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is communication, and let's say communication deals with your hands, your arms, your lungs. So the way that this could manifest for you in the 5th house could just be, it could be Gemini's returning from the past, which all retrogrades, no matter what any tarot reader or anyone tells you, all retrogrades are like stepping into a time machine. So expect people with Mars in their charts. Now this could be Mars, people that actually have the placement Mars and Gemini coming back. And if they have Mars and Gemini, this is, Mars deals with passion, war, fiery nature. It can deal with communication devices, like creative communication devices catching fire. This could be, PlayStations. It could be cell phones overheating. Anything that holds iron or has metal in it, as Mars rules that. This is why the Romans actually worshiped Mars, as they worshipped iron, which most of their weapons, things like that, suits of armor were all made of iron. And when it comes to the 5th house of creativity and your children, so this could just be passionate projects with your children. It could be like school projects, school plays. It could be anything in regards to that, science fairs, anything that you or your children are passionate about. It could be you yourself teaching your children something that you're passionate about. It could be heated debates in regards to things that you're passionate about, dealing in the creative sector or creativity sector. So just kind of use your imagination how to apply that. And so I'll give you the key elements. Now, also because of Gemini ruling the 3rd house, and the 3rd house deals with siblings, transportation, communication, that's the Gemini energy. Mars, along with that, with the 5th house and retrograde, can also cause, issues with siblings, passionate communications with siblings, creative projects with siblings, going out and having fun. This could be playing paintball, just anything, hunting, anything to deal with iron, war like stuff. It could be playing, for some of you younger Aquarians or some of you older ones, it could just be people that you haven't played Call of Duty with for a long time. Me, myself, I like Metal Gear Solid, things of that nature. So I found myself playing like, Metal Gear Solid, which is something from the past, GTA Online, which is something I hadn't played in a while. So it was just anything to do with fighting, but in a fun, more passionate way. So, and again, it could, be all out war, too, if you're playing someone like on Call of Duty, which that's a war-based game, but it could really get heated. That's what I'm trying to say. So just, apply that in however you think it might fit for you. Now, this can be, like I said, lovers from the past that hold the Mars and Gemini placements, being that Aries or Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. This could be Scorpio and or Aries, which Aries would be very common because they're a fire sign. So the air and fire, you might be married to an Aries, or anybody with Aries in their chart, you may have Aries in your chart. So it could manifest in that way where they come back, and it could be, bullies from the past, people that you dealt with, or it could just be very passionate, sex with a partner or someone like that. So from the past, or somebody with those placements. It doesn't have to necessarily be the past, but for the most part, again, anytime you see retrograde or something's in retrograde, it's usually something to do with the past. So So for the rest of the reading, and that this reading is also, if I didn't mention that in the beginning, it is for Aquarius, um, Sun, and Rising. Now, some of you may want to look at your moon as well, but normally these readings are done with just the Aries and the, not the Aries, but the Aquarius Sun and Rising signs, which the Rising and or Ascendant sign deals with the first house of self. This deals with your physical appearance, your body type, how people perceive you, the mask you wear, things of that nature. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you, and just give me a minute. Okay, Aquarius, 2 cards I pulled for you are Partnerships and Alliances and The Waiting Game. Now, for some of you, you could be waiting. You could have been waiting on a partnership or alliance, or it could have been somebody coming. Somebody coming from a trip. Like I said, now when it deals with partnerships and alliances, Aquarius, you rule the 11th house of Uranus, Aquarius, however you want to apply it. You rule the 11th house of friends. That is your primary house. Friends, the collective consciousness. That's why a lot of you are humanitarians, or you feel that way. Now, because you rule that, it could be saying that you're getting groups and organizations and things like that together. You may be rekindling with your opposite signs, Leos, which might have Aries in their chart. And there's a waiting game. So you could have been waiting on this reconnection of a partnership or an alliance, or this could be something that you're waiting on now. Now, it could be, you could have all this passion built up, and it could be something that you've been waiting on doing. And so now you've got this obstacle in your path where you have to wait on something to, come forth. Now, when the Partnerships and Alliances card comes out in a reading, the meaning of the card denotes that you're now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities, which can bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. This could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. So think about that. With all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, wherein your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for optimal results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind when listening to others. This can be hard for some of you Aquarians because you are a fixed sign. So for some of you, you may not be open to what others have to say. But being that you are an air sign, you may actually be very open to it. So it can depend on the situation. You may not be so much open to change is what I'm trying to say, but understand that change is the only constant. Now with the waiting game card, this card indicates that you've worked hard to set things in motion in certain areas of your life, and now you're waiting for the results to come to fruition. So you can see how basically both these line up with each other. The number 2 is all about choice and decision. In the past, you may have been afraid of making decisions or choices, but now you're no longer held prisoner by the fear or constraints of old beliefs. Expect the best and be open to the limitless power of your intuition, which is personally very strong. Trust and use it to assist you. Achievement and success are assured, but once obtained, don't let it change you. Remember who you are, the effort that it took to get you to this point, and the gratitude you need to show to the people who helped you stay on the spiritual path, for it will continue to guide you along your journey. So that's pretty much what I have for you, Aquarius. Like I said, just apply this in any way that that it matches what's going on in your life right now. Don't try to add or don't try to take something that doesn't resonate. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great one.